Tusks up, Utah Mammoth fans. Welcome into another Utah Mammoth Daily. So it felt like during game one a little bit that Utah got sucked into the same tornado that they did against the Capitals in that game where they lost. And it showed as it got further and further into that third period. It kind of felt like they got worn down just a little bit, not a lot, but just a little bit is enough in the playoffs. So seeing how the guys respond tonight as we go through the rest of the series, I'm very interested to see how it all happens. There's a lot of fans. I don't know about a lot, but there's some fan sentiment saying that, there's doom and gloom. The clouds have all gathered. This is it, where it's a funeral march. It's just like this was game one. And this could be a very long series. It could go seven. Even if it doesn't, I'm very excited to see the maturation process of these guys during this playoff series as they get used to playoff hockey. I'm very excited about it. I'm not doom and gloom at all. I thought I showed that yesterday. And just the fact that the team is in the playoffs, I like it. And whatever happens, come what may, I'm happy with this team. I mean, throughout the season, I've been down a lot. My emotions as a fan got a hold of me a little bit. But overall, this has been a successful season. And they got sucked in to the physicality a little bit. But what was refreshing, and I said this yesterday, is that they stood up for each other. There was nobody that was standing outside of a scrum, just kind of looking on. Everybody was in. It was all in, everybody. Clayton Keller, Nick Schmaltz, who usually is the guy who's standing outside of it, just so that he doesn't let his emotions take over him and get a stupid penalty. Everybody was party to standing up for each other, and that's awesome. You don't see that on every team. You see it on most of them, but you don't see it on every team. Looking at you, Toronto. So that's what I'd like to see. Yeah, they got sucked in a little bit, but it's playoff hockey. It was their first game. Now that that's out of the way, I think this series is going to get a lot more fun. Mentality shift? I don't think so. I don't think they need one. I don't think much needs to change, in all honesty. It's just the top line needs to perform a little bit more like what we're used to seeing. And that's about it as far as change goes. Veggie played a solid game. That's what you should expect from him every game. He didn't let in leaky goals. It was just bad puck bounces, power play goal where not everybody was where they needed to be. They got stretched out a little bit. So overall, I don't think a mentality shift is necessary. I've seen that a little bit here and there. Like, they need to not get sucked into the physicality as much. They're going to lose this if they play Vegas's game. And that's true if they get sucked into Vegas's game. But 2 out of the 3 periods, Utah played their game, and they played very well. So just continue on with that. Keep hammering away. Get those pucks on net. Carter Hart looked really shaky. He was allowing a lot of rebounds. So that is something to definitely look forward to. And the speed of Utah, the way that the guys can skate, that was all over the post-game, press conferences, media scrums on both sides. They were both talking about it. Vegas is very well aware of what Utah can do. Obviously, Utah knows that that's their strength, and they need to be able to play to it more often and not get on their heels. And this is going to be a fun series. I want to keep reminding everybody of that. I know I have been the Debbie Downer in the past, but that's behind me for this series. Even if Utah gets swept, let's hope that doesn't happen. I'm still proud of the battle that these guys had all season, proud of how they supported Clayton Keller and all of that. So as this series moves along, whatever happens tonight, I'm happy with what the team does. Obviously, tune in tomorrow if they lose something like 6-1, but that might change a little bit. But I'm going to try to keep this positive mental shift here throughout the rest of these playoffs because this is just extra fun hockey for us to watch at a level that we haven't seen, especially as a newer fan base. So that's great. And going into that post-game talk, if you watched any of it or listened to any of it, listening to Lawson Krause, Logan Cooley, Nate Schmidt, and the coach, Andre Turigny, everybody was pleased. No reason to be down on themselves. It was a hard-fought game. When it was 5-on-5, Utah looked fantastic through most of the game. So it's going to be fun. It's going to go both ways. The officiating is the officiating. I don't know how much I'm going to talk about it. It just is what it is. Some officiating crews are going to let the game play, let the players police themselves. If there's an egregious penalty like the Alexander Kerfoot hooking, they're going to call it. But they also missed a headbutt. So sometimes Utah, it feels like a lot of the time, Utah doesn't get the benefit of the doubt in those things. They got away with a headbutt. So, I mean, it's going to go both ways. You can't really complain about the officiating. You can, but you're kind of screaming into the void at that point. It is what it is. Just don't do something overly stupid and keep your feet moving. That's really like what it has to be, especially in the playoffs. Like the officiating is not going to win you or lose you a game, I feel like. It can, but especially with the guys that were calling the game for this one, I kind of like this crew. They stepped in when they needed to step in, but they kind of just let the game go. And the game was great. It flowed back and forth. The only stoppages were really in the scrums after a stoppage already happened, and then they discussed, and it's all right. Penalties, both sides, go away. You're on timeout, cool off. And the one penalty against Kerfoot that you just can't turn a blind eye to. They turned a blind eye to, Clayton Keller's stick being held. Sure, that's going to happen. I am sure if you talk to Vegas, there were things that Utah got away with too. So let's pump the brakes on screaming and whining and the gnashing of teeth about officiating and just kind of let it happen. Just be like, yeah, they're going to miss. And sometimes it's just going to be a bad call. But if you watched anything through the other games, they all fan bases have the same thing to say about the officiating. So it's not like Utah and Vegas is a special case. It is what it is. And looking ahead here just at the schedule, obviously we got the game tonight. Game 3 is Friday at the Delta Center, and Game 4 Monday at the Delta Center. I want to see the Delta Center just get as loud as possible. Obviously, I won't be there because I'm poor, but I want to see everybody that is there having a great time, enjoying it, screaming their guts out, and just soaking in what will hopefully be the first of many, many, many home playoff games for the Mammoth in the years to come. So I want to see the place rocking. I want to see some new chants. I want to see all that. And one thing I do want to mention is there was a really large Utah Mammoth contingent down in Vegas, and I loved it. You heard Utah chants to the point where the Vegas Golden Knight fans had to chant back saying Utah sucks. I love it. That's great. That's a rivalry being formed, and I'm all for it. I am all for it. So bring it on. Let's have some fun. Enjoy the playoff hockey. Yes, we want the Utah Mammoth to win, but if they don't, Utah's just getting started. Just getting started. This is going to be the first of very many playoff series to come in the future. So I'm glad we're all here in on the ground floor, and let's just keep this rolling. So like the video, subscribe to the channel for more content. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. And hey, if you're listening to this as a podcast, leave a like and a review, and I will see you guys in the next one.